Our next episodes in this series won't be the quick draw up that the last two have been, because this time we have an issue that deserves more complex treatment. It's also because we'll get a chance to see the absurd lengths of desperate rationalization that Farrell would use to keep from being proven wrong. And it's a legacy he's left with some of his former fundy atheist disciples. First, though, we need to lay out the problem, then look at how it's usually solved, and then how I solve it. The issue surrounding this passage from Mark is straightforward, and it's a genuine issue raised even by credible scholars. The issue is that Abiathar was not high priest when David ate the bread. Ahimelech was. So we have a problem. How is it resolved? For many analysts, the simple answer is that the verse in Mark says that this event took place in the time of Abiathar the high priest, which is not the same thing as saying that he was the one involved in the episode. Now, if you're happy with this answer, then okay, but I have something a little more in-depth to offer. To begin, the description of Abiathar as high priest is not titular. Neither Ahimelech nor Abiathar are ever given the title of high priest in the Old Testament, although it's clear that Abiathar served as a leading priest, along with Zadok, and Ahimelech may have ranked highly as well. The word for high priest in Mark is a combination of two words. One part means priest. The other part is a word that often means beginning, but it also means supreme in rank or order. In his book Aramaic Sources of Mark's Gospel, Maurice Casey sees behind this language an Aramaic description that for us would be too literally rendered in Greek. According to Casey, this does not mean that Abiathar was high priest, but indicates that he was a great priest or renowned priest. And that much is obviously true. Abiathar served David for the entirety of his reign of 40 years, and had the privilege, along with Zadok, of carrying the Ark of the Covenant, the most sacred Jewish religious object. The point, at any rate, according to Casey, is that as a renowned priest, it would have been expected that in Abiathar's days, the law would be correctly observed, and his name would evoke the honoring of the law. And so Casey's argument goes that Jesus mentions Abiathar in order to say, in effect, in the time of Abiathar, who as a renowned priest was a real stickler for the law, and in whose days we would expect the law to be followed, David and his friends were allowed to eat the bread. Yet now you say that we can't do something similar? Are you a better judge of the law than Abiathar and his contemporaries were? Bringing Abiathar into the picture, and his composite record of service in the entirety of the Old Testament by implication, was therefore intended as a subtle polemic against the Pharisees' authority. That's how I see it. It's a complex answer, and to make things more interesting, was proposed by Maurice Casey, who is the farthest you could get from being a believer in the Bible. So what kind of reaction do you suppose I got when I bounced that answer off of this thick skull? We'll find that out next time.